As a brand, it's really important to be able to promote your products and facilitate your new go-to-market launch plans, especially with your retail partners, because when you're a brand, you don't generally have a way to communicate directly to your customer unless you're signing them up through online forums and doing events and stuff like that. So with brands, we really wanted to build a platform that could bridge the gap and allow retailers and brand partners to work together in very cohesive ways to achieve shared goals. And those goals are generally around analytics, so performance reporting. How well am I doing at the stores? What's my uplift this week versus last week if I do an in-store promo? If I'm discounting or my competitors are discounting, where are they doing that? What audience affinities do they fall into at the time? I mean, the options are pretty limitless. And right now, analytics-wise, and honestly, data protection-wise, it's really hard to get that in the market because if you're not on Alpine, your point of sales are separated, which means that brands and SKUs are all duplicates and maybe identified differently in their data schema. And maybe they come in at different times and they were set up by different bud tenders. So we're merging those all together in real time for our retail partners already. So when we surface those data points to brands, they're super clean. They're cross point of sale, cross e-com providers. It doesn't matter if that enterprise was purchased by another larger enterprise recently and then rolled into each other. We have very clear revenue impact and analysis tools to go on top of that deduplication process. Another big problem right now is the vendors in the space usually project through a black box what is actually going on in the market instead of just being one-to-one and letting you do your own calculations. So they'll say, hey, concentrates are selling 50% of the time in the market in Denver. The concentrates are selling more than edibles, right? But 70% or more of that data has been projected based on a small subset. Or even worse, a scraped subset. So, there's vendors out there that'll go scrape Dutchie, Weed Maps, Jane, whatever these e-com carts are being used across the globe. And they will, look for how many SKUs are in stock. But, certain e-com providers might only provide the quantity up to 25 units. So you don't really know how many units are sitting in the store at any given time. And if they're scraping only once a day or once a week, you're only getting weekly stats or monthly stats. And generally, they're not doing any deduplication of SKUs or that mass data cleanup that we do with our retail partners at Alpine. So you're really getting a limited view of the world, and that's just not acceptable when you're building enterprise level brands that are cross-provincial, cross-state, sold at different price points and to different target audiences. So that's kind of the basis of some of the data protection and data analytics pieces that Alpine has to offer. And then the new brands platform really brings that out. The next piece of the brands platform outside of analytics and data that's really important is the ability to grow loyalty members direct to consumer. And then, trying to be really careful about that to where your retail partners are still included and it's not this pay to play game. So with brands, you can actually show ads, you can communicate messages, you can, across email, native app push, browser push, snail mail, and text messaging, all directly in Alpine. And you can work directly with your retail partners in our tool. That means that you can go create campaigns, you can create amazingly targeted audiences like, hey, if I'm Wana and you abandon a cart at Native Roots with a Wana product in it, I want to send you a message, right? Or I want to gift you points. I want to facilitate you coming back and being a repeat visitor of Wana and finishing that transaction. So you can do these extremely granular triggers that are then facilitated by the retail partners' installation of that go-to-market plan. So you could have one campaign, you could have 50 campaigns for a whole summer. You could do 3 years of content for your retail partners to go to market with your brand. You can pay for those to be delivered, or you can throw out a content library version, and then your retail partners can just fill up their calendar with your content, pay for it, and then you can do margin level deals. Although the most popular is for the brand to pay for the recipes to be delivered. It just opens up a whole new world for promotions. And on top of that, we're not just saying like, hey, we sent these messages on your behalf to your retail partner with your branding. We give you a full dashboard that breaks down the performance of every single campaign, every single recipe by retail partner, the amount of revenue that was generated for the brand, the uplift that was generated for at those retail stores, even not just digitally, but like the in-store traffic uplift and the brand sales uplift of your order count. So it gets extremely granular, and we want to be as transparent as possible so we can help people work together in a clean fashion.